Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the profound words of the Meishiv Nefesh, and he brings down a fascinating insight today. And it's brought down in the name of Rabbi Yehuda Horowitz Zatzal. And he writes, "Sha'acher melchamas ha'olam harishona," after the First World War. So we're going back almost 100 years ago. Amra mevinim, those who understood what was taking place in the sociological and emotional status of mankind, they understood shiroyim b'chush. They could see clearly Yerida gedoyle b'simchas ha'chaim haregila, the simchas ha'chaim, the happiness that people derived in life, v'hativis b'vnei odam michvi shayim mekdemes dana. They saw there used to be, before World War I, there was a natural level of simcha, of joy, that people had in life. It was part of their teva, part of their nature. And after World War I was over, all the destruction, all the deaths, all the fighting, all the angst, all the anger, all the wars, the battles, everything which took place, people noticed that the level of one's natural state of simcha, of joy, had gone down drastically. And it was obvious to tell the difference between someone who was born before the war took place and those that were born after the war took place. They were a different breed. There was a happy person and there was a person struggling with happiness. And this expression of the lack of happiness which existed after World War I expressed itself in the ruchnius, in the spiritual content of a person's life, as well as the gashmius of the physicality as well. So now he wants to explain what was the difference between pre-World War I and after World War I. And that is that initially when people went to work and they did a job, and everyone who went to do their business, they had pleasure, they derived benefit from the work that they did. And when they would receive the paycheck at the end of the day, which was direct compensation for the work that they had done, and they got paid for the hard work in which they put in. Everyone who was working hard before the war, and they saw the fruits of their labor bear through when they would receive their paycheck, they had what's called shalvas hanefesh. Their nefesh, their soul, was relaxed and at peace. V'sipuk b'seder yomai, and they were pleased and satisfied with the Seder Yoima, with the activities that they did every single day, their order on day. They woke up in the morning, they went to shul, they davened, they went to work, they worked very hard, many hours a day. They came home, had a little bit of dinner, spoke to the wife and children, they went to sleep and got ready for the next day. But at the end of a week or 2 weeks or a month, when they got their paycheck, they said, all my hard work is worth it. And they were satisfied with such a life. B'kerev mishpachtei, with their family, where they lived, their house was fine. They didn't have a large house, a grand house, a beautiful house, simple apartment. They were satisfied. They had a car, didn't have a USB, and didn't have electric seats, and didn't have a sunroof, and didn't have mag wheels, and didn't have a Bose speakers that could blow your ears out. Didn't have any of that, but they were happy. They were satisfied with what they have. However, after the First World War, a tremendous change took place in people's feelings, in the pleasure that they derived from the simple life, and the peace, the soulful peacefulness which people had naturally instilled inside of them. Everything changed. When there's the war, it was the tension, it was the panic, it was the anxiety, it was the battles that took place, the deaths of loved ones, all the change of economy and what people were looking for now, having more access to the entire world and seeing what else was going on, what people had burning desires to satisfy inside of them for trying to live up to the Joneses in Japan and Africa and England and all over the world. It was a different environment socially. It was a different environment spiritually, emotionally, physiologically. Everything changed after the war, and therefore so too went down a big drop in the Simcha Sachaim, in the happiness and the pleasure that a person had out of their simple lives. If that's talking about the 1920s and how long ago it was that things changed, imagine in our generation when the world is ever changing each and every day, and there's new things for us to look at and new things for us to be attracted to and have desires for, and every single ad that there is in a billboard and everything that we see in the newspaper, all of the ads, the commercials on TV is trying to convince a person, don't be happy with what you have. Don't be satisfied with your car, with your house, with your spouse, with your children, with your food. Don't be satisfied with that vacation that your husband took you on last year. No. You need something new. You need something more. You need something fresh. You need exciting. Our life is too boring the way that it goes on right now. And every single day we're bombarded by hundreds, if not thousands, of subliminal messages in our life, and some of them are overt, they're not even subliminal, telling us that you can't be happy with the life that you have because you're missing out on something else. And that's why we live in a generation where the majority of Simcha Sachaim, natural happiness that exists inside of a person, is depleted, and we're grabbing for the straws of happiness, trying to find a way to make ourselves more joyous in this world. If we'll be happy with what we have, and we'll see the beauty of the life that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has given us, and we'll treasure a lifetime of mitzvahs, of Torah, of chesed, of rachamim, of being merciful on people, of working on our midos in the most beautiful and noble way, we will find ourselves, surprisingly, having great shalvas hanefesh, spiritual peace of mind, and a nehna, hana, pleasure from the efforts and the work that we put in, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu made us naturally to be people of simcha, of happiness and joy. Wishing everybody a wonderful day. Have a wonderful Shabbos, elevated to the realm of simcha, simchas nefesh, a joy in the soul that every single one of us is able to attain. All the best.